All right, we are live. We are live. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Hey, ladies, how are you? I mean, my ladies, my panelists today. We have no gentlemen.
Hi.
We are
Hi,
glad. We're glad we are
We're
here
good.
Yeah,
today.
we are live. Actually,
We are thankful to God that we are
yes,
here.
we're thankful.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching. For those who are watching us, wherever you are, we are really, really excited that you are always here to our digital business forum. Be informed, be inspired. So, first and foremost, a little bit, we have a guest today, and you guys, this is our new tech that we're gonna start to bring up our guests as like in another motion, okay? So, my name is Dorothy, originally from Uganda. If it is your first time to see me, I'm a mom, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a proud digital business coach. I'm a former AML, anti-money laundering analyst. I'm a former safety and healthy environment officer. And I'm a former nurse back home in my country. So that's a little bit about me. For those, if it's your first time, yeah. And let me have our my one of my panelists here, Dorothy, to introduce before we can proceed.
Well, thank you, Dorothy, my namesake. I'm Dorothy. I'm a healthcare professional, and I am a online digital business owner, proud entrepreneur. And all I can say is that we come here every Sunday because we know this business is real and it can change your life. It can change your life. All you need to do is take that action that like we did, and you will change your life as well. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Dorothy. Now we have Fairy in the building.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ferry. For those who don't know me, if you're watching me for the first time, I'm not alone today. There is a special guest in the house. Suzette,
Exactly.
we are really happy to see you today. I can't wait to hear about the banking history that you had. And then eventually you left that away. You threw it out for online business. I think it's the way to go. So my name is Ferry. I'm an educationist. I'm a mother and a proud digital business owner. And ideally, we come every Sunday into your houses. And thank you for all of you who keep on returning every week to listen and learn and grow. One of my favorite ways to learn as an educationist is through people's stories, by exploring their hearts, their minds, and soul as they share their success stories. And that's why we keep on bringing them over to you every other time. And I wish and I pray that what we share should not be left here. You should take it up. Yes, take action. Take action, because if our lives can change, yours too can. So we're here to inspire you to take action. Get off the bench and take action and start and join us. We're here. I don't have many words. Let me not so many. I'm a teacher.
All
I would
right.
speak the
Thank
entire
you.
night.
Okay.
So thank you,
Thank you
Dorothy.
very much. Our educationist in the building. Okay. All right. So now it's time for our wonderful, beautiful mom and a proud digital business coach. Let's
Wow.
have
Yeah.
our guest and introduce herself. Yes, here is Coach Suzette in the building. If you're in the business with us, when we talk about Coach Suzette, you know what it means. You know what
Yes.
we really mean. So, Coach, the
Yes.
floor is yours to introduce yourself.
Yep.
Oh, you muted, Coach. You muted. Okay. Oh, Coach, you muted.
Thanks for having me here today.
You
Are
can,
you hearing me?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So thank you for inviting me here today, first of all. So for everyone out there, welcome. My name is Suzette. I live in Toronto, Canada. I'm a single mom of three. I'm originally from the Caribbean islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, migrated to Canada about 13 years ago. Worked in the financial industry for a very long time, but currently I'm a full-time digital business owner
Wow.
and online business coach, like Dorothy just mentioned. So I'm so happy to be here today with you guys to chit chat and let's get to know each other. Let's talk. Let's talk about this. And stay tuned, guys. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right. Thank you very much, Coach Suzette. Thank you for that introduction. And now, actually, if it is your first time to watch us or to see us wherever you're watching us, we're here, our digital business forum. It's always here every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. So don't miss out. We always bring people from different worlds, different culture, like different
Yeah.
races. Our business is global. So it's not only for Africans, there's a lot of different people. So just keep watching, follow the page wherever you are watching us so that you don't miss us every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time and 2 p.m. Pacific Time. So today, if you want actually even you know to know more about our online business, just go to the description link. Okay, there's a link. Type in go to the description. There's a link. Always type in the name and the email address. You will be in touch with any of us here, or you can inbox any of us here where you are watching this from. All right, so let's go straight to our first question. Today we have Coach Suzette on a hot seat. It's gonna be a hot seat for her today.
Ah,
Right. So our first question is, could you elaborate on your journey into the digital online business world for our audience? What motivated you to enter this field, like from banker to now online business?
So, should I give the long story or the short story? How much time do we have? So, I like to start off by saying that growing up, both my parents were self employed, they always worked for themselves. One of the things that stood out to me as a child is that they were so busy that we never really spent time together, like doing activities. I remember as a child when there were like public holidays, we would go to the beach, but my mom would be at the beach because she was selling drinks and food and different things for the people who were actually there with their families having fun. So while other kids were like maybe playing soccer, running along the beach with their parents, I was actually there either helping to sell stuff or playing by myself in the sand. And so that stood out to me. So even though they were self-employed, it took a lot of their time. They used to get up really early in the mornings and go to bed really late at night, right? By the time I'm up in the morning, they've already been up. I would go to bed and they're still up. And so I grew up with
true.
that though, where I knew, okay, hey, working for yourself, could be beneficial in terms of helping you to better take care of your family, because that's how they took care of
Mm,
us. So let's fast forward a little
mm,
bit. All right. We're going to
yeah,
connect that
yeah.
later on. So fast forward a little bit, I became an adult. And how did I get into banking? It was just a thing for me because as my parents were self-employed, when they had coins, they would always give it to us as kids. And so my mom created these little books where it was like a little bank book for each of the kids. And so we kept track of how much money we had and so on and so forth. So I had that banking thing in my head, like, yeah, one of these days I want to own a bank, right? That was my thought. So as I
Yeah.
grew older, naturally I fell into banking and that's how that got started. So I worked in banking for over 26 years. And my last position was here in Toronto as a financial advisor. So I was working as a financial advisor, being a single mom, and my income just was not enough to support me and my kids in Toronto. Toronto is like very expensive. I have a daughter and two sons, so I had to have like a three-bedroom place. And that in itself, literally, the money that I was getting from my job was not enough to pay the rent and the bills and buy food and take care of other expenses. So being in North America, naturally you get introduced to the credit system, something that we're not really accustomed to back home, right? So now you start getting the credit cards. And so that is basically how I was surviving, paying the bills, using the credit cards, pay back the credit cards. But every year, the credit card bills get higher and higher. And of course, every year
Absolutely.
we offer you an increased limit, right? So you increase the limit because you're happy. Yeah, I'm going to get more money to spend. So, yeah, so naturally, I was surviving that way, working, just paying the bills, paying the credit cards, but most, even food I had to charge to the credit card. If the kids wanted something extra, it was being charged to the credit card. And so I found myself in a position where I had now like a mountain of debt, no real savings, and I'm sitting there as a financial advisor and I'm issuing mortgages to people. And I'm sitting there as a mom thinking, when am I going to be able to afford a home for myself? Even if my income is enough to pay a mortgage, I don't have enough left over from the bills to save to even get that initial down payment to actually buy that
Absolutely.
property. So now I'm thinking I need to do something different.
Yeah.
So what are the options? So now I'm trying to study to get upgraded, to get a higher level qualification so that instead of just being a regular financial advisor, I could be a senior financial advisor. But you have to meet all these targets, and trust me, they don't make it easy in banking when it comes to these sales targets. And, you know, 2020 came, the pandemic hit. That was the year, and I ended up being at home. I must say though, but throughout the years, I was thinking, what can I do to earn additional income? So I was looking, but I couldn't find anything that really suited me, because I wanted something where if I was doing it, it wasn't going to take me away from my kids any more than I already do, going to work from
Mm.
early in the morning, coming back after they're home
Exactly.
from school, that type of thing. But 2020 pandemic hit, there's the lockdowns. I got sick and I'm at home. And that is actually when I came across our digital business platform, right? And it was really a gift from God. I was at home. I saw an ad. It was on Facebook. I
Yeah.
saw an ad on Facebook. And what stood out to me is that the lady and her husband, they were standing in front of their house and they were saying they started this business. And thanks to the income they earned from the business, they were finally able to purchase this home. So that
Yes.
resonated with me because I'm in the mindset now where I'm thinking, I need to get a home, right? And I said to myself, I have to check this out. And I am so happy I did that. So it's been 4 years. I checked it out. I
Wow.
right away got started on my business, and it has been amazing, guys. Um, 2 years into the business, the income from the business replaced the income from my job. And so I left the stress of being a financial advisor and meeting sales target behind.
You
And
know.
I'm a full-time digital business
Yeah.
owner. Yeah.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing, I think most of us, when we are starting up this online business or starting up your own business, I think we are on that extent where you're like, I'm fed up, I need change now. Because when you are talking about that, a single mom of three, I always say this, that being a mom, it's like another full-time job when it
Oh,
comes
yeah.
to these countries. But when again you mention that a single mom, it means then now you have two other full-time jobs, because being a single mom, it's something different. Like I always say that because I was raised by ladies, and I saw what really really means by being a single mom. It's like you have a lot on your head. You're playing two roles. You're playing a role of a dad and a role of a mom. So, and being a mom, it is something else, because raising, it is not like taking care of it, taking care. Parents, like fathers, they always take care of their family. But when it comes to raise a kid, it's a mom. So Thank you that God like gifted you to be strong and play that role in your kids' life. And the other thing when you talk about the credit card, oh my God, back home before I even came here, I had my mentor. He had ever been in the United Kingdom, and when I was coming here, he told me that credit card is a tool. It's either you're going to be financially struggling or it can lead you to the success. But it's a tool where you have to be with a self discipline. But self discipline, when it comes to these countries and credit cards, it's very difficult because sometimes you can end up when you are just depending on these credit cards, like you're just rotating from debit card to credit card, debit card to credit card. So at the end of the day, you might end up when this self-discipline with credit cards, you cannot manage it. So I really felt what you are going through when it comes to this. And when it comes to interest rates, sometimes the interest rates are crazy.
Oh yeah.
They don't have that fixed rate, interest rate. You might give, okay, I'm gonna use like 3,000 this month, and you're gonna end up saying like about maybe 200 something or 300 in just interest rate. So thank you very much for sharing 4 years in the business. Wow. Well, when you spoke about 4 years in the business, in 2 years your online business is paying off your like your salary like from your daily job. And for me, I'm on my journey there, but it took me 9 months for my online business starting paying me the exact, actually even more what I was doing to my other two regular jobs. So thank you very much for sharing. It's Dorothy Ferry. Do you have something to add on?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing. And indeed, you've not disappointed us. I love the energy. I love the story. Growing up, you mentioned that growing up, you watched your parents. That should be a message to all parents watching us, or those that will catch a replay. Your children are watching you
Exactly.
and they're learning each and every step. You're waking up in the morning, leaving them, running off, no time for them, working, homework here and there. I've overheard people doing homework in the background. But ideally, you don't have time for your children. That comes back to pay. That comes back to pain, indeed. So growing up, I, for one, I watched my parents, and they were also entrepreneurs, but they owned the businesses. Now, like my father owned a very big estate, and I knew that when I grow up, I want to own. I want to own my business. I want to have liberty with my time. I have freedom to do what I want to do, and that has been with me. Even if I was employed before, I was working towards being self-employed and growing my business. So that's why when the online business came up, I really was eager to start as well. And also, she mentioned that she's been a banker. I wanted to be a banker. I mentioned before that I wanted to be a banker before I did education. But the banking area, you're counting people's money. It's not yours. So
Exactly.
that did not resonate with me well. So when I saw that it's not mine, I said, no, 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 no. I'm going to work my way into financial independence. And one of the things that I've discovered, because I've tried entrepreneurship, I'm telling you, I've done it all since I saw my parents actually being liberated by this before. So I did not work into the being employed for a long time. I've always been an entrepreneur. But what has resonated with me most is that when I found this business, I knew that it's surpassing almost all the businesses I've done. And the magnitude of the business itself. We are having a global market. We are all over the place. You can work from anywhere you want. There is training for me. All those came very strong as strong points. There's support and mentorship. I fell in love with this business. And again, it's a business that has no limit. You can even pass it on. You
Yeah.
can pass it on. Not so, coach. You're the coaches.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yes.
you can. Yes, there's a legacy, meaning you start it and also pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah.
I really fell in love with this and I want to work it all the way because it's a job that can give me, I get a control of my time. Unlike any other business, I can scale it as well because you can grow. Not so coaches. If I'm wrong, you correct me.
Yeah.
Mhm. I need support on this because we need to tell people why are we here? We are watching everybody waking up in the morning doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It cannot happen. As long as you're planting a bean seed, you expect a bean plant. There's no way you're going to get maize. No way. So if you want a change, we are telling you that there is something that has worked for us and you can check it out. It's not a must that you join, but you can check it out and see for yourself how this thing is working. I'm not going to take too much of your time again. Dorothy, I think, also has something to say.
Sure.
I think you guys have said it all. So for me, I'm gonna go to the second question.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. So, Suzanne, were there any special events or experiences that inspired you to become an entrepreneur in the online world? And how have you been able to identify a good opportunity to jump on?
All right, awesome question. That actually brings me back to what I said earlier about my parents and the fact that they were self-employed, but they didn't have much time for me. And so when it came to making the decision about any business, and particularly this online business, I did not want it to take me away from my kids anymore than I was already spending that 9 to 5 time on the job, even beyond. A lot of times, sometimes we go later than that. And so there are a lot of parents out there who work 2 and 3 jobs, and they're literally spending the majority of their time away from their children. You're not getting to bond with these kids. You're not really getting to know them. The kids are not really getting to know you. You don't understand each other. Eventually, you lose track. You don't know what's really going on in their lives. They don't know what's going on in your life. So I never wanted that for myself and my children, right? It was enough that I had to be the sole parent, but to be a parent who wasn't around, I did not want that. I wanted to have experiences with them. And so that is definitely something that guided me towards this. The fact that I saw that with my own parents, where I missed out on so much with them in that bonding time, and I didn't want to have it with my kids. And so that in turn inspired me to find some other way to earn where I could actually be there and be present for my kids. And that is what this online business provided for me. Because, of course, I'm able to do it online. I'm able to do it from my phone, right? And literally, during the pandemic, it was the best time because once the schools were on lockdown, I was able to actually just stay at home, even though my job wasn't paying me, work my business, and be there with my kids, supporting them. And so that was definitely a big one that really inspired me. Right. In terms of identifying a good opportunity, there's a lot of things out there, and I know viewers, you see them all the time. There's a lot of different things that is being shared on a daily basis on the internet for you to check out. But you want to make sure that it's definitely legitimate. And how do you know this? Like, we're here today, you're seeing our faces, you know that we're real people. This is not a recorded video, this is a live video. You're not just seeing an image of us, so you know that we're real people. All right. A lot of times you see opportunities, but you don't have a face to put it to. Sometimes you
Yeah.
even get emails, you don't even have a name. They sign off with, maybe, let's call it Digital Business Forum. You get an email telling you from Digital Business Forum. That's not a person, that's not an individual. If something
Yeah.
happens, who do you actually contact? Right? So these are the things
Right.
that you look for when you're checking out what's legit and what's not, and whether it's something good to get onto. Another thing that I always tell people, I say, growing up, I always heard my mom say, "Oh, 1,000 Frenchmen can't be wrong," right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
we
Yeah.
have a huge online community right now. I think the last time I checked, it was 214,000. A lot of times people They're out there and they're saying, is this business really legit? Is this
Uh-huh.
real?
Yeah.
If it was not real, we've been in existence now almost 8 years. If it wasn't real, 214,000 people, okay? Tell me, you would have already seen us on the news as a
Exactly.
scam. Let's use the S word, right? But you haven't seen
Absolutely.
that. So it is real. It doesn't get realer than this. People from
Yeah.
all cultures, people from all different places, all over the world, different ages, different education, background. It really doesn't matter. We have superb training, your age, your education level, none of that matters. All right. This business
Right.
can be for you. You just have to check it out. All right. Just to see
Absolutely.
for yourself if it is. But this is another way that you can definitely tell if it's something to check out. You keep seeing the ads popping up on your social media, face after face, saying the same thing. Check out a digital business, check out an online business. Just in your
Absolutely.
mind, if so many people are doing it, it must be something real, right? If so many
Right.
people are showing their faces doing this, it must be something real. And so those are two real major ways I think is like the best identifiers to know whether something is legit and whether it's something that you should really, really hop on. All right. So that's it. That's all I'll say on that
Thank
Yes. To add on to that, before you, I am so happy the way you have explained that this online business, it gives you the time. You don't want to lose the time with your kids. So, like when you look at all other businesses, if you have like a second job, you have to be away from your family. Even if you start a business, a traditional business, a shop, you have to somehow be there. Even if you employ somebody, they'll be calling you, or even if it's like a group home, like people ask in healthcare, state is in the building, you have to show up, something like
Yeah,
your
you,
time
yeah,
is
like for us,
really
a lot of people they do hair braiding and
yes,
stuff. That takes a lot of time. It
a
takes
lot of
time away
time.
from the
You
family.
go,
Yeah.
yes, you have to show up to make that money. You have to make that hair, you have to fix it. So, but this online business, we have the automation. Oh my God, I love it. Sometimes I just have buyers contacting me from all over the place, have tell us about this business. I'm like, oh my goodness. Sometimes I have to hey, give me some few minutes. I'm, busy with this client because it's amazing. The automation is amazing. You don't have to be there watching the screen or just you know you don't have to spend too much time on it. This automation, and it's just the most amazing thing. I love it. I love it. So
Amen.
what I can say is just a business that everybody needs to check out. And like you say, if people are, if people, you see all those adverts all the time, then it's real. People cannot show their faces if it's fake. Like literally, they will not do that. Nobody, banker, healthcare professional, educator, business, Coach Dorothy, who is also a business entrepreneur. Nobody will come show their face here every day
Absolutely.
on Facebook or even in the social media if it's a lie. Like literally, we are professionals, people who value their name, going wrong. So
Absolutely.
I can only say, we are here to inspire you. We are bringing people like Suzanne to inspire you, to show you that you can do this business as a side hustle, part-time, and if you do well, you can quit your job and do it full-time. So it's, you have options. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much,
Mm.
Dorothy. Thank you, and Coach Suzette too. When you guys you were speaking about the, being faceless, the business which is faceless. Of course, there's a lot of question marks they're going to come into your mind. But the fact is, even Dorothy, mentioned about it. For me, for those who are seeing us out there, or you're going to watch this replay, I want to ask yourself a question. I myself am an immigrant from Uganda. Let me talk about myself. I'm not gonna talk about like anybody who is seeing us there or even of one of my panelists here. I'm an immigrant who is in the US. Why am I in the US? Looking for greener pastures. So now at the same time, I'm putting myself into a liver or a lake, starting to scam people online. Does that make sense for you? Of course I'm gonna be deported. You take came here to look for greener pastures, and now I'm scamming people. You know, so that can at least show you that this is a real business. Because if I came to look for the greener pastures, or for example, if you're a parent and I'm your kid, you give me money to go to school, right? And then I start to eat my school fees. What does that tell me? That I'm mad. At the end of the day, I don't have results to show you. So that means I'm doing a disservice on myself, you know? So it's the same thing as here. If you feel like, oh, is this real? Is this, my panelists, they spoke about that. I'm not going to repeat that because it's really, really, it's a legitimate business where we have to pay taxes at the end of the year. So here in the US, we get a 1099. Canada, I think, Coach, you get a T4, right?
Yes, a T4. Yeah.
It differs. So it depends wherever you are in the world. That is a kind of a document, a tax document you will receive. So it's legitimate. Thank you very much. And now we are going to ferry with our third question.
Hello, and can you hear me? I think I can.
Yes.
Okay. Ideally, I put in 2 to 3 hours a day to work this business. I run a school. I started a school back home, and I also homeschool my children. We are speaking about only the good things, the good things, the good things. Coach, it took you 2 years before you could quit your job. The question is, were there any moments before that time that you felt like giving up? And if so, what motivated you to keep going?
Honestly, there was not a moment during those 2 years where I felt like I wanted to give up. I had challenges. There were times when I felt like, boy, can I really do this? Right? I never felt like giving up. But what really kept me going is that our community really kept me going,
Yeah,
honestly, because I was seeing the success of other people in the community, right?
exactly.
And whatever challenges I had sometimes seemed so small compared to the challenges that these people were facing, because you guys
Yeah,
know we share our stories, and that's one thing about our community. It's very inspiring
yeah,
because we always share, the process, whatever it is that we're going through, the challenges that we're facing, so that everyone knows, okay, you're not alone in this. And that is what really kept me going, because whenever I felt like, okay, I can't, like, I was very camera shy. Let's talk about that for a little bit, right? Like, I'm here to doing
yeah,
this interview and I'm speaking, but I never used to like be on camera like this. I was shy, really nervous. Like I'm here for
yes,
this interview today. I'm not feeling nervous at all. Like my very first interview, it was crazy nervous. So I've grown a lot there. But even things like that, like if I saw someone like do a video where they were speaking and they were articulating so well, speaking
yeah,
about the business, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, can I ever do that? Will I ever be able to do that? You know? And I'm
absolutely,
feeling like, boy,
absolutely.
I don't know, like, what have I gotten myself into here? I don't know.
I
Um,
know.
but then I'm looking around the community and I'm seeing people who aren't English speakers like myself, and they're doing it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? With
Exactly.
Mhm.
other
Yes,
challenges, who are able to do it. And so it's always the feeling like, okay, if that person can do it, then I could definitely do it. And so it's
exactly.
finding that inspiration that really has kept me going. But there was no point whatsoever where I thought, okay, I'm going to quit, because I saw the
Absolutely.
potential in the business from the start. Like I
Yes,
entered the community and I saw how it was changing the lives of people. People were paying off their mortgages, people were buying their dream home, people were like, getting their first home for the first time ever, getting their first cars, sending their kids to college, um,
yes,
and then of course there are those people in the community who want to give back, so they're giving back to their churches and things like that, giving back to their communities, and I'm seeing all of this happening. And some of them, like when I started in the community, they would have started like a month or so before me. And then I'm looking at them as they progress. And I could see that it's doable, right?
yeah,
It's doable.
right.
And all of the training is there for me. I just have to follow it, right? And so
Right.
uh, just having that inspiration, I think being surrounded by a group of people who are like-minded and who have similar goals and who's trying to achieve success can be really inspiring for anyone. So sometimes you just need to get in a group like that to really make progress for yourself as well. Because a lot of times in life, we're out there, we have dreams, we have goals, but the people around us don't encourage and support us to go after those dreams and goals. All right. You might go to someone with an idea and they shut you down, they laugh, they're like, oh, that's crazy. Like, what are you thinking? You know what I mean? But when you're
Yes.
in our community, you see so many others who are trying to achieve the same or similar things as you are, and they're going for it. It's
Yes.
very inspiring and it really encourages you and motivates you to actually move forward. So no, there was no quitting me. I always said that word does not exist. Quit does not exist,
Yes.
you know. Challenges, yes. I don't even like to call them problems, but I always say there's a challenge because I can get past this challenge, you know. So yeah, and sometimes it's all about stepping out of your comfort zone and
Yes.
educating yourself as well, because we weren't born knowing everything. I always tell people starting this business is like when you start a new job. You may have gone to school and studied everything for the position, but then when you get there to do the real life practical work, it's totally different. And on the first day, you're on the job and you're like, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like, can I really do this? You ask these questions. But over time, you learn and you grow, and before you know it, you get comfortable and it becomes second nature. So it's the same thing with a
Yes.
business. You get started, even if you tell yourself, you know, I don't have business knowledge, I don't know how to run a business. Once you're in it, you're gonna learn and you're gonna grow. And we have all these experts in the
Yes.
community for you to learn from and actually grow as long as you're open to learn. And I think that's a key thing. You have to be open to learn.
Exactly.
You have to accept the knowledge that is being fed to you. And once you
Yes.
accepting that and you're putting it into practice, which is also another good step, you have to also put
Yeah.
it into practice. You will be
Yeah.
able to see progress, you know. So, and they always say slow progress is better than no progress. So we all know, you as an educator could say this, right? That people learn at different pace, right? Right, Ferry?
Absolutely.
People learn
Yes.
at different
Yes.
paces. So
Exactly. Exactly.
I
And the beautiful thing is
connect. Are
that the
you guys still
program
hearing me?
itself, the training. Yes, we can. Yeah,
Okay,
as you
so I
mentioned,
was saying,
S.
Ferry, as an educator,
Yeah,
you could agree with me that people learn at different rates. Some are quick, some
exactly.
are slow. But
Yeah.
ideally, at the end of the day, you're gonna get to that journey as long as you keep going forward and you do it bit by bit, you get there eventually. Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, thank you so much for that. Yeah, people learn at their at different paces. The beautiful thing is
Mhm.
the videos that are there, you take your time. You know, you learn still at your own pace. They're video-based trainings, and you take your time. I like it when you say the quitting was not an option for you. Let's face it. Let's face it. Show me a business without any challenges. I've told you I've run quite a number of businesses. There's no business without a challenge. But the beautiful thing is that for every challenge that you face, it's a learning experience. If you don't quit, it's a learning experience and a stepping stone, and you become better at that. So for me as well, there's no quitting.
Absolutely.
Toward, yes, toward. So thank you so much. And the community that supports, I resonate with you on that one. Oh, as you are despairing and all that, because the challenges are there, absolutely. But as you're going through the ups and downs of the business, you then meet somebody who is sharing some story. A woman somewhere in Africa, somewhere sharing a story, and you say, "Oh, I can do better," you know. So it is inspiring to be part of that community. I resonate with you on that very, very note. Yes. So thank you so
Yes.
much for the answer.
Oh wow, thank you very much, Ferry and Coach Suzette about that. You know, when you're speaking about no quitting, you know, like as even my panelist Ferry, she mentioned about challenges. There's no business without challenge. Actually, it's not only the business, right? Even the normal life. you face challenges. I even always tell even my little kid of 5 years, I always tell him, everybody have their problems. I'm like, even my kid has, like, he has that his own challenges. So
Yeah.
maybe me refusing him to put on a TV, it's a challenge for him. So it's like there's nothing you can do without a challenge on this planet. But the thing is, do you have a solution for that challenge? So that's a solution. We have it already. We plug in our system, which is going to do almost 80% of that heavy work. So when it came to challenge, thank you very much for sharing. And once you mentioned about you're like, I can, if they do it, I can do it. So actually, even me, I reached on an extent whereby I saw, like, I'm like, okay, I have this saying, I always say, okay, this person can make $50,000 a month. Really? Okay. What does this person do? This person, he or she has the same head like me, same blood like me,
Exactly.
legs, fingers, hands. I'm like, okay, I have everything this person has. Then what does it need me to do? Take action. So I did exactly that. So I really resonate with you when it comes, like, if they can do it, I can do it. Okay. Thank you very much. And my other thing, when you talk when you spoke about the community, like togetherness, I always say this, where you mentioned, coach, like, you're like the community, like you guys, it looks like you are chasing the same goals. There's this thing where they say birds of the same, like, feathers, they flock together.
Work together.
So that means if you are the people who are not, like, they don't maybe plan to be their own boss, of course they're going to give you advices, they're going to give you, like, ideas whereby you are looking for a second job, but it's just taking you back, like you're still working for money, not money work for you. So the togetherness, it's really, really it has been a really a key point for me when you spoke about that. All right. So thank you very much for sharing. And let's go to our, is it the last question? Who goes it for it? Dorothy, are you going for this? Are there any technical challenges? Oh, five. Yeah. Dorothy, you're
I
muted.
think those have been mentioned. I think we go to the last question
Yeah,
because the
Dorothy, you're
technical
muted.
challenges are ideally part of the challenges.
Yes.
Yes. Can you
Dorothy,
share any valuable, Dorothy? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm trying. Hold on. Okay.
okay.
Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
perfect. All right. So, am I asking the last question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Number five.
All right. I don't want it to be the
Did we
last,
skip
but
a
I know
question? Did we do number 4? I think we didn't do
did we
number
know?
4.
Oh, we did number four. The obstacles.
Number four is about the challenges,
It's
still
about the
technical
challenge, the
challenges.
Yeah, I
technical
think.
challenge.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So we'll
Okay.
do the, then we'll jump
If
to
you
number
want to take
five.
it, no problem. Yes.
No problem. Yeah, let's go to 5. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
for number five, can you share any valuable lessons or insights you have gained from your experience as an online business owner?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it. Oh wow, there are so many things, but I think one of the main things is that I am capable of so much more than I ever thought possible. I think that's one of the things because um, a lot of times when we see opportunities, um, we shake it off and we go like, "Oh, that's not for me." You know, you look, especially when you look at the person who might be presenting it to you. They might be very confident, and you're thinking to yourself, "I don't have that amount of confidence."
Exactly.
Right? And so you think, oh, that's not for me, or in my case, I could have shied away from it because, okay, these people are on social media, they're on camera all the time. I don't do those things. So I don't use social media a lot. This can't be for me. Right?
Yeah. Right.
And you deny yourself that opportunity. But you can learn any skill out there. Okay, you can learn to do anything, and you can teach yourself to do anything. You just have to really believe in yourself. So I think one of the things is that I've truly learned to believe in my abilities and believe in myself and gain that confidence to know like anything is possible. As long as I put my mind to it, it's totally possible. As long as I don't give up on myself, it's
Yeah.
totally possible. As long as I'm open to learning, right? A lot of times we don't even want to ask for help. We don't even want to ask questions, right? But when you see someone who's having success, you need to reach out to that person and say, hey, what are you doing different? You know, is it something that I can do? Just sometimes just asking a simple question is going to actually help to propel you forward, right? So being in this business, I get to meet people from all over the world, from different cultures, and I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot. And because I mentor people as well, I see the challenges that they have, and sometimes the questions that they would ask, and sometimes the things that they're shy about, or the things that they think that they cannot do. And I'm seeing the potential in them, and I'm seeing that they can do it, but they're telling themselves that they can't do it. So I think one of the big things really is the fact that you are capable of a lot more than you think. So don't deny yourself this chance or this opportunity for growth. If you are thinking that you need to have a different financial path, if you're feeling like, you know, you've looked at, like in my case, you've looked at your retirement plan, you know, you've seen the income that you're going to get as a pension, and
Mm-hmm.
is that going to be enough? How can I make it more?
Yeah.
Right? You have to explore different things out there. And one of the best ways, like no one has ever gotten wealthy from their job. Let's just say that. You get a salary
Exactly.
for your job, you work so many hours in a day, it's not going to get any bigger than that. If there's
No.
someone who's employed and they're wealthy, it's because they have invested their money. They've invested their money in a business of some sort. It could be real estate, it could be something like that that they've invested in. They didn't just take the money from their salary, put it on a savings account, and accept, what are they giving now? 1%, 0.001%, who knows? You know, the interest on savings is not that much.
Um,
All right. They didn't just put it away and say, okay, let's buy some mutual funds. It's going to pay me maybe 6% in the next 5 years. That's not going to happen. And actually, working in the financial industry is one of the things that really helped me to really invest in this business too, because I knew that the money I would take to invest in this business,
mhm.
even if it took me 10 years to get that money back, if I left it in the bank, even in a mutual fund, I wasn't going to get that money in 10 years.
It's true.
And for
Exactly.
me, it made sense to invest in a business. And I'm a person, I talk about Robert Kiyosaki a lot and the cash flow quadrants. And, you know, on the
Mhm.
left side, the right side, we have the employee and the self employed people like my parents, right? They're both selling their time, their freedom, everything to get some money. That's not enough. It's not taking them anywhere. And then on the right side, we have the investing and the business ownership. And so all my life, I'm like, I have to be on the right side, on the side where
Exactly.
I own a business. Because when you own a business, it's different to being self-employed. When you own a business, you're actually leveraging your money. Your money is working for you,
For
and
you.
Exactly.
you're also setting yourself up to earn what we call passive income as well.
Exactly.
Some people call it residual income, meaning the effort that you put in today,
Yes.
you're gonna gain from it in the future,
In the
and not
future.
just you, your children, your
Yeah,
grandchildren, great
like
grandchildren. It's
generational
gonna be
wealth.
on and on for generations to come. You got
Exactly.
that generational wealth, all right? And it's not until you become a business owner and you learn to invest that you're
Mhm.
able to build generational wealth. And so this business
Absolutely.
actually provides a lot of people the opportunity to do this, because a lot of times you can't. Like when you think about a franchise out there, like getting like a McDonald's franchise, the kind of money you have to come up with to get that,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
have to have already had that from
Exactly.
generations before to actually do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're coming from a family that's not traditionally wealthy, you're not going to be able to do that.
exactly.
Exactly.
And this business actually creates a starting point so that you start building that wealth. So long after you're gone, your family is going to be wealthy.
Yes.
And it's not get rich quick, it's not happening
No.
overnight, it's not
No.
easy. Our business is very simple, but it is not easy. It does require a lot of
Absolutely.
hard work. All right. And
All right.
another thing my mom always says, nothing good comes easy. She always says that to me. She says, nothing good comes easy. And she
Yeah.
said, you have to spend money to make money. That's also another thing she has taught me. Because a lot of times people are like, tell me about the business. And we go like, okay, yeah, you guys know we have a 30-day thing. You pay, you get refunded. And the moment you say you have to pay, even though it's a small amount of money, they go
Oh,
like,
they're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, so you want to make money, but you don't want to spend any? You want it for free? Like, really? That's not
It's
gonna
not
happen.
possible.
You
Yeah.
have to invest something, and you
Exactly.
can't let spending a little bit of money prevent you from earning much more in the future. You have
In
to
the
think about
future.
what you have to think about the future. It's not going to be immediate, but you have to think
Absolutely.
about the future and what you're doing for yourself, and not just for you, but for generations to come.
Mhm.
So this business has really taught me that you have to take risks. You
Mhm.
know, in life, just like in banking, when people come in and they want to invest, I have to test out their risk tolerance, right? How much risk are you going to take? And I would say the higher risk tolerance, the higher rewards are gonna be, but it's also the higher your losses can be. So you have to prepare.
Yes.
You can invest a lot, you can lose a lot, or you can gain a lot. You can invest a little, you can lose a little or gain a little. So you have to decide where you want to be, and you have to take risks in life. Life
Exactly.
without risk is not life at all. You're not living.
It's
All
true.
right.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Life is about taking risks. All right.
Yes. It's
So,
true.
um, even I have to touch on this one too, guys. Sorry, I don't
No,
even want
yeah. Say it all. It's your time.
want to.
It's your day. Mhm.
I have encountered, just because for the time I've been doing it, I've encountered some people too who have said, "Oh, I've tried businesses and I lost so much. I
Yeah.
failed at it, I lost so much money, and so I don't want to take any more chances."
Mhm.
Imagine if you
Mm.
did that when you were a baby. Like you were a little baby and you're trying to walk and you stood up and you fell down, and then you go like, "Oh, I fell down. I'm never gonna stand up again. I'm never gonna try to walk again." Where
Mm.
would you be now? So we have to have
Mm.
the mindset of little tots. They fall down, they
Mm.
get knocked down, but they just get right back up. And they
Mhm.
try,
Exactly.
and
They
they
keep
keep
trying. They
trying.
keep
They
trying. They
keep
keep
trying.
trying.
They take another two and they fall. They take three steps and they
Exactly.
fall. But eventually they start running like this, right?
Mhm.
And the
And they're
parents
so
pick
happy.
Exactly.
them up and can't catch them, and then they're so happy.
Yeah.
you know. And
Exactly.
so a lot of things in life is exactly like that. Yeah, you
Mhm.
get
Yeah.
knocked down, but you just have to brush yourself off and just get up
Keep
and
going.
start over again. And you keep going and you keep going, and eventually you're gonna succeed.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Right?
Absolutely.
I
And the
love it.
only way to know if something is gonna work for you is for you to try it out.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
true.
That's a
Well,
good one. That's a really
here.
good one. Yes.
Wow.
Thank
Stop taking.
Amazing.
Yes.
Dorothy is saying say anything?
I'm just saying
Yes.
amazing. I'm just like shocked.
Oh. Okay, thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for
Amazing.
sharing.
Mm.
So when you spoke about the social media, a lot of people that are asking, oh, is it that I'm going to do what you're doing? I don't like my face to be there. Oh, I don't like this. And whoever says that you don't like this or you don't like this, what I want you to put in your mind, look at all of the people, the successful people, the billionaires, they're existing, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you say that you don't want to,
Be
like,
seen.
you don't want to be present in your business, that's what you're trying to tell me. So that means even if the people, we know them, they're billionaires, but at the end of the day, you have to see these people somewhere,
Yeah.
like presenting their businesses,
Yeah.
like, attending the conventions, whatever they're attending, the meetings, they have to be present. You have to be present in your business. If you don't want to be present in your business, you know what it means? It means you have to be an employee. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to be your own boss. That means you cannot, you don't have the ability for you to stand by yourself and start to, make decision by yourself. That
That's
means you have to have somebody who is making decision for you, who is going to be your boss. So you just have to think about it when you start to say, oh, I don't want this, or I don't want this. So for me, when it came to this, I just wait. I'm like, okay, should I go working my 3 jobs, or I can sit in the comfort of my home with my laptop? I had to choose one,
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as here. And the other thing our coach spoke about, the get rich quick. We always talk about this point. Even tell about the get quick rich. It's like you giving birth to a baby today, and you want this baby tomorrow to start walking right away. Where are you gonna find that? So
but
exactly, you have to raise your baby, you have to feed your baby till they grow step by step. And you spoke about what your mom told you, that things when they come easy they go easy. I always They always have a saying, back home in Uganda, most of people, they say easy come, easy go. So that means when things come very easy, you're even not afraid to lose it. You're like, oh, I will get another thing. But when there's that effort you yourself you always put in, you're like, I don't want to use this. I'm going for this. So thank you very much for sharing. And let's go straight. Ferry, are you saying something?
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are almost running out of time.
Yeah.
Um, Ideally, let's stop talking ourselves out of opportunities. For whatever reason you have, I'm not camera ward. I'm not. Stop talking yourself out of opportunities. You know why? Because growth happens outside your comfort zone. As
Exactly.
long as I told you before that every challenge that we meet, as long as we overcome it, we are growing, we are
true.
learning. So the way I started is not the way I am today. Dorothy is a can testify
It's
to that.
true.
No, to be honest with you, yeah. So all of us are becoming better, and guess what happens? Even in my other businesses, I'm a better person now than I was before I started this business by virtue that I'm talking to people all around the world. Right now, when I'm talking to my small community in my school, it's a walkover. You know why? Because I've been transformed. So it is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I just want everyone really out there to try it out. Try it out. And then you'll thank us later. That's what we usually say.
Yes.
All
Thank you
right.
so much, Coach Suzette. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you,
It has
guys.
been very, very lovely.
Thank you, everybody. So let's just go in our comments very quick. I know we just have 3 minutes. We have
Yes.
here on my zombie. Hey, Josie E. or watching from Boston. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We have
Yes.
Lydia, wonderful. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you. There's a lot of, but I'm not gonna go through everything. We have here Nicole says, "Hey everyone, watching from how do they pronounce that, you guys?
Trinidad.
Trinidad and
Trinidad.
That
Tobago.
Trinidad.
in Tobago. Okay. We have Gladys here. Thanks, Gladys, for educating us. Thank you, Gladys, for watching. And again, here, Dozy, it says, thanks, Williams. Thank Williams. Thank for coming. The way you break this down to a layman's level is quite inspiring. Wow.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have Derek here. Says, hey, everybody. Hey, Derek. And we have here Yvonne says, hey, Dorothy. Hey, Yvonne. Hey, hello, Derek. Okay, we have a lot of questions, guys. We're not going to go through everything, but don't get annoyed if we don't announce you. We have watching from Michigan, Rose. Hi, Rose. We have Midrid. Hello, everyone. Watching from California. Hey, I'm here in California.
Nice.
Thank you very much, Edozi. I think you watched us from the beginning. Wow. I thank everyone
Yes.
for you for
Yes.
putting
Yes.
this
It's
together.
always here.
Wow. and encouraging. Thank you very much. We have another one here says, well said, ladies. Very informative discussion. Thank you. We have Tina. Thanks, ladies, for sharing. So inspiring. We have Isla, guys. There's a lot, but I'm not gonna go through everything. This is my second last. Thanks for the work you're doing to inspire the community. Thank you very much. And we have Johnson. This is gonna be my last one. We watched from the start. Oh, thank
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Oh,
Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I think we're gonna stop here. It's almost our time, and thank you very much, Coach Suzette,
For
You
coming.
are so welcome. Thank
doing
you guys
our
for bringing me on. It's been a pleasure.
all right,
we're looking forward to yet another session with you, Coach.
Exactly.
Let's do
all right,
it.
all right. So let's leave you for now, and see you next week. 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. We are bringing another guest. You guys, we have every Sunday. We just want you to be inspired and be informed. We want you to change. You know, if you don't change, change cannot change itself. Okay,
It's
so you
true.
just have to take action. Go to the description. Go to the description. There's always a link. Just click on that link. Type in the name of the email address. There's a video. You know, once you type in your name and your email address, you will get a detailed video. It could be a 90 minutes video. You watch it to the end. It could be a 20 minutes video. Watch it to the end. Okay, it will tell you even more information. You will be in our community, and you will have more detailed information. You will get to have one-on-one taking you through on how this business operates. And don't forget, money makes money. There's a $149 fee. If it is something you can do, watch it to the end, or even you pay, just reach out to any of us, then you will be in. Okay, guys, and bye bye
Excellent.
for now.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye,
Okay.
guys.